And now let us welcome on to the field of 68 after dark, the man that just became the first coach since 1966 when Jeff Goodman was 13 years old to beat the number one team in the AP poll twice in the same season before New Year's, before the turn on the calendar. That's Alabama head coach Nate Oats. Nate, what's going on, man? It looks like did you get a little water bath in the shower or in the locker room after the game?
Don't throw a Gatorade bottle on me. I mean, I'm good with the water, but I'm sticky. I don't ever shower after game. I got to shower after this one before we get on the plane.
Did they mess up that nice blazer you got on?
I mean, it can get dry clean, so we're all right. I'll take water, Gatorade baths, whatever. If we can beat number one teams in the country, I'll take whatever they got for me coming in the locker room.
Coach, that is an elite blazer, by the way. I was commenting to these guys on that, and now that you got Gatorade, nothing better than when you're getting the Gatorade dumped on you, you can go get another one. But it's not quite crimson; it's a little darker than crimson.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't even know exactly what it is all the time. I just put it on.
Hey,
it's some form of red. I'm a little colorblind, anyways.
You and I were talking. We were in Portland a couple of weeks ago, actually in your hotel room, your presidential suite hotel room in Portland at that beautiful hotel.
Better than the Romulus hotels, where I shared it with like 3 or 4 people.
Exactly. That one you could have had your whole team sleeping in it. But again, you came back from Portland. That 4 overtime game against Carolina was critical for you to come back, feel pretty good about yourself. It could have been a totally different deal if you guys had gone 1-2 and lost that one. You come back. How different was it in terms of even the confidence of the team, maybe coming into this one, especially when you went down at halftime, then went down even more early in the second half to kind of stick around and fight through it?
I thought it was big. I mean, if you haven't played number one team before and you haven't played, that obviously that environment's different. There wasn't that many people out in Portland, but we've still been in it 4 overtimes, tons of tough plays had to be made late. I think we got some confidence from those plays being made late. We ended up winning it. So if we hadn't been there, I don't know if we got the grit, character, toughness to be able to pull this one off when we get down. I mean, down 15 on the road. And look, when we played Carolina, they were number one in the polls, but the analytics sites, all that, they were number one on those. This team's number one everywhere. Probably even including Goodman's poll, who he screws a lot of stuff up in. But he probably even had number one. But
I did.
Actually,
no. I had Purdue. I had Purdue at once, so you didn't beat the number one either time.
So, no,
I want to ask you. I'm sorry. Now I want to ask you about Jaden Bradley. He's a freshman coming in. I know he was banged up a little bit in the preseason. 12 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, a little bit of a calming presence for you, right? So what did you see out of him? He played a lot of minutes down the stretch for you on the road at the number one team, come back from 15 down. I mean, it takes a special freshman to be able to do that.
No, it does. I mean, he played 25 minutes and had no turnovers against a team that turns people over all the time. So, I mean, his stat line's 12 points, second leading scorer, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers. And we were plus 17 when he was in the game. So he's not the best shooter. He's not the quickest. I mean, Quinterly's more of a breakdown guy. Sears shoots it better. But I've kind of been trying to talk to him about this since the fall. Like, let's be who you are. Like, Marcus Smart, not the best shooter, not the quickest guy in the Celtics either, but he's in at the end of games all the time because he makes a bunch of winning plays, and they win a lot with him. So, like, just make winning plays, make sure the offense is better when you're in the game. And he found guys. I mean, he would have had more assists if we could make a shot tonight. I mean, he found some guys for wide open threes they just missed, so he was good. And you know what? He's been great with his role. I mean, he comes off the bench, he plays hard. Quinterly's been great with his role, to be honest with you. Quinterly was like happy as anybody could be tonight that we won. He's like, I'll be better. I could be better, but we got, he said to me, we got you another win. Like I like Sears is on the bench. We're trying, do we put him in? Do we go like, he's like, Namari's doing great. Leave him in. I think we got a bunch of really good guys that pull for each other, and let's just, whatever's right to win the game. That's what we're about. It's not about themselves. And it's kind of refreshing. We were like that 2 years ago when Herb Jones kept telling me to leave the group in. They're doing good, coach. You're the best player in the SEC. We might want to try to get you back in at some point, but we got a group that's a little bit more like that now.
Coach, obviously you guys came into the game. You were, I think, ninth in the country in scoring, getting 83 a game. And you look at even going into like the under 8 timeout, and it's, like a 16-12 game, whatever it was. And it's just a complete rock fight. You scored 27 points in the first half. Like, just what was the message to your team going into the half, just in terms of like, keep playing, keep battling, because defensively you were outstanding. You were struggling taking care of the ball at times. Obviously, a really good defense. Your defense was elite tonight too, but just the message at halftime to just keep battling, because I think sometimes your scores at the level you guys do, and you're not scoring, a young team, you guys can go into a place of like, it's not working, whatever it is. And you guys, man, that wasn't the case.
That was exactly the point. We came in before we got to any X and O. I just said, look, here's the deal. We're down 4. Look, there's a lot that's gone bad. Okay. Get some of you in here haven't made a shot yet. We've got 12 turnovers, but here's the deal. We told you going in, we weren't going to have 0 turnovers. If whatever goes bad, we couldn't make a free throw. I think in the first half, what we at the free throw line in the first half? Yeah, 5 for 11. And we stepped over the line on 1. So really 12 opportunities to get free throw, and we got 5 points. So I said, look, we got to quit dropping our heads, quit screw all that. Like, we're going to turn the ball over. Like, we got to get it cut down. We only had 3 in the second half, but we got to sprint back and make some plays. Like, we can't let, a missed free throw, a missed shot, a turnover turn into 3 bad possessions because we're still hanging our head. I thought we had a little bit of that late in the first half. Honest to God, we had too much of it early. So people, talk about my halftime speech. My halftime speech stunk, obviously, because the start of the second half was terrible. Like, it was more like the timeout, get some dudes out, get some other guys in, give us a spark. And then we started turning it around there with about, 17, 16, 15 minutes to go or whatever it was. But no, that was exactly the first thing we said is we got to get a mindset change. This is the best team in the country. Things are going to be tough. They're not going to go easy for us. We just got to keep playing. We got to be. And I said, look, we're not down because they're physically imposing their will on us. Like, we had out rebounded them. We're down because we aren't mentally tough enough. We're letting one mistake turn into another one. And we're not making free throws, and we're turning the ball over. Like, if we could make some free throws and take care of the ball, we'd be up. So, we give them some light, but we got to get a little more mentally tough here too.
Nate, I want to ask you a question. I'm gonna open up the floor to you here. Okay. Heading into this game, Jeff Goodman in his top 25 had you ranked 17th in the country.
Not surprising at all.
Do you have any comment?
I mean, typical Goodman stuff. No respect for the.
Where would you listen? You beat a Michigan State team that, let's face it, they were not whole. Am I wrong?
No, you're 100% right. They're going to be a lot better when they get everybody back. You're
right. You beat a North Carolina team. Wait. Let me finish. You beat a North Carolina team that is now not in the top 25. Now, and you lost to UConn, who's really damn good, really good. So my take was always kind of, what have you done? Well, now you've proven it. You beat the number 2 team in the country in the Goodman Bowl. So you're going to move up. Where do you think you should move up to right now? Where would you?
No, I'm not biting for that. Wherever you think, wherever you want to put us at, just keep us low though. I don't like us being high. Move it 16th. Put us at 16th. We're at 17.
No, you're going to move up. Hey, you're definitely in the top 10. You can't keep yourselves out of the top 10.
10th.
10?
Yeah, because then I'm going to be pissed when you put us at 10th. Because
then I'm going to hear from Hodgson. Hodson's going to complain every morning. I'm going to get a text about how could you have us at 10? So I'm going to evaluate in the morning. I'm going to look right now. My big thing as we're looking into this is again, where do you guys fit in down the road, Nate? Because you play 4 freshmen, key minutes at the end, key minutes. So like, to me, your upside is so high because we talked about it. You and I, Jaden Bradley wasn't great in the preseason and has come on strong here lately. Clowney is making threes now. Brandon Miller didn't make a shot outside of from the foul line tonight, and you still beat the number 1 team, not on a neutral court. You beat them at their place. So what is the upside for this team this year, Nate?
I think it's pretty high. I mean, we've got to keep it together. We've got to have guys continue to pull for each other. Like, Brandon's got to be really happy for everybody that played well, even when we couldn't make a field goal. Like, Quinterly's got to be super happy for Jaden Bradley and Mark Sears.
Yep.
You know, he didn't have the best night because he will have a good night. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, our upside's high, but you know, we can go one of two ways. Like we won last year against Houston. They made the Elite Eight without Mark and Sasser. Like, so, and me and Coach Sampson talked before the game, whoever wins and loses, like this will make both of us better if we handle it right. So can we, as young freshmen and some new guys, can we handle success? Sometimes it's a lot harder to handle success than it is to handle failure. And, you know, we got to handle success well now because we had a good game here.
Well, listen, Nate, we appreciate the time. Thank you for jumping on the show with us. Go back to your team, go celebrate, go get another Gatorade dumped on your head. You guys earned it tonight.
Number 10.
10.
We'll see. Maybe.
Roll Tide, Goodman. Put the Alabama hat on. We sent you one. Put it on.
I got it back here.